Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Zoe Grace and today I'm going to be doing my August bullet journal plan with me. So this is my bullet journal. It's an Archer and Olive notebook and I really love it. So yeah, I'm pretty much just going to be showing you how I create the spreads I do, like my monthly spreads and my weekly spreads and all like the various trackers I use. And just a heads up, everything has already been done in pencil to make the video go by like smoother and faster. So yeah, you're just going to see me like fill it out and I hope you guys enjoy.
Alright, so the very first spread I'm going to be filling out today is the cover page for August. As you can see, the theme I chose was hot air balloons. And then to be the background of the hot air balloons and kind of frame them, I chose to do some clouds. And in the very top of the screen, you can see my cat. That's Tassie. He loves sitting on my desk and he always bothers me whenever I'm bullet journaling. You're gonna see him walk across sometimes and just do his own thing, really. But I am just outlining the hot air balloons and the clouds in a black pen. And then within the clouds, I chose to add extra lines to give them more dimension and just to give them more shape. And then for the hot air balloons, every single hot air balloon starts out with the same pattern. Oh, there's Sassy. Just the vertical, like curved lines going downwards, and then I'll add some extra lines here and there to spruce it up and make them different, which I really like. They're super simple and easy to create, which I love because it helps me do it faster, but still make it look good. Really enjoy this part. And then now I'm going to be doing coloring, and the color palette I chose to use were like the red, oranges, a few shades of yellow. My focus was kind of like sunset colors almost. This part's super relaxing. I try not to overthink where I place the colors. Another thing I made sure not to do was not color in the clouds. I really wanted the hot air balloons to be the focal point, therefore I just left the clouds blank and white. Alright, and then once I was done fully coloring the hot air balloons, I colored in the basket. It's a brown color, and then I used the thicker side of the mild liner to make the thick font, and then lined it with a black pen just in the middle, and I added some drop shadows to everything just to give it more dimension. And yeah, I was pretty much done with my cover page. So then onto my second spread, I am doing my monthly calendar. On the corners, I tried to curve the edges just because I thought the curved angle looked really good with like the hot air balloon since they're a little curved. And yeah, you can see my head pop in there for a sec. It was hard for me to see where the ruler was, and I wanted to make sure my lines were as straight as possible. And then I'm just going over all the hot air balloons and outlining them in black and all the clouds that have already been done in pencil. At the top of the calendar, you can see little boxes, which I made sure to leave room for so I had room to write the days of the week. Once I'm done with this, I always erase off screen just because it's easier and no one wants to sit here and watch me erase things. Then I'm going to color them in once I'm done, which is of course always my favorite part. It may seem a little weird because I start my calendars off on Monday versus starting them on Sunday. It just helps me because I like seeing my weekend at the end of my week versus like split up. And then I'm using the thicker side of my mild liners to create an area for me to number the days in the months. And then I use the same big side to create the big font in August and then line the middle of it in black pen. And then moving on to the next page, I went ahead and made this my habit tracker and my expense tracker page. For the habit tracker, you'll see I'm just using a ruler for the outer lines of my boxes, but then all the other lines in the middle, I just freehanded them. I wasn't too picky about them. I don't try and be too hard on myself about that. It's less time consuming whenever I don't use a ruler, so I just go ahead and don't use one. But then of course for my expense tracker, I did use a ruler because the lines are much bigger. Then I went ahead and added some drop shadows to the boxes and used the thicker side of my mild liner to create a space to label what habit I'll be tracking. I haven't decided on those yet, so that's why they're not in there. And for the expense tracker, I have a column for the date, what item it is, how much it is, and then how much I have left. And I alternated every row and chose to just line it with mild liner. And then for this page, I chose to only do clouds, not do balloons, because I didn't want it to be too chaotic, if that makes sense. Then moving on to the next page, I have my mood tracker and my sleep tracker. I was just going to do one big hot air balloon, but it was too much to figure out like the numbers and the days and the design. It was just too much. So I decided to do multiple smaller hot air balloons, which I think looks much better. I think it'll turn out looking better. So there are 4 that I'm going to be using per page. So there's like one on each page that'll be just like a background hot air balloon basically. Then at the bottom, I'm making my like color codes and picking which colors I want to use. And then I'm doing the drop shadows on all the hot air balloons. And then I'm coloring in the 2 that are going to be more background hot air balloons. And then for my color coding, I am going ahead and using symbols for my mood tracker, and then numbers, of course, for my sleep tracker. And then I'm labeling the hot air balloons, like the days on which I'm gonna like track them by. And I'm also using the baskets. Then moving on to the very final page of my August bullet journal, I am doing a weekly spread. All of my weekly spreads usually look the same, so that's why I'm only gonna be showing one today. And in the middle of the page, you can see the smaller square. That's where I'm going to put a mini calendar just so I can see what week I'm on within that month. And again, I'm trying to do the rounded edges. I'm going ahead and filling in all the hot air balloons and all the clouds with black pen again. And then after I've outlined it, I went ahead and erased everything I didn't want anymore and started coloring the hot air balloons in. Again, not being too picky about where everything was, just kind of relaxing and just doing it really however my hands wanted to, because I wasn't really thinking about it that much. And I really like how this turned out. I think all the colors look super good together. Then once I'm done coloring, I'm going ahead and using the thicker side of my mild liner to create space for the days of the week and then the date of the week. And then in the box, I went ahead and did a stripe at the top so I can label Monday through Sunday. And then I did my mini calendar and highlighted the week.
Now that I've completed all of my August bullet journal spreads, we're going to do one final flip through. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching me create my bullet journal spreads for August. I really loved it. I hope you enjoyed the theme. This has definitely been one of my favorites. I love the colors and just everything about the hot air balloons. I just really thought it gave like a lot of character to my bullet journal. And yeah, I'm going to be trying to do my bullet journal videos once a month. So stay tuned for the next one to see the themes and to see like how I kind of organize my life. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching.